Hello everyone, I'm out with my large format today, photographing this old door. It's part of an old house on an estate somewhere in Oxfordshire. I'm visiting a friend and he manages the land around here. So I've come in, I'm going to try and get some shots around the place, but this is part of the old ruined house. I think it burnt down in a fire years back. And it's just been left as an empty shell. There's like the first floor is just standing, there's no roof, and it's just kind of gone to ruin, and everything's overgrown and overrun. But this door has been left, and there's that fantastic ironwork at the top, which kind of really caught my eye. And so I'm just going to get a straight on shot, probably in colour. And I might just go in tight for a second shot, going a little bit closer on the ironwork at the top, maybe in black and white, so we'll see how that goes. There's not a lot of movements on it, it's pretty much just kind of squared up. I've got a bit of front rise just to deal with the shot looking up. And I'm going to be using Fuji NS Pro 160 colour neg. So the metering for this right into the foliage, the darkest bit is 2 seconds, about f11, so I am going to stop down. I'm going to do one stop, so 2 seconds at 16. It's a tight one, that is. Okay, 1, 2. Bit cramped in here today, but we're in this sort of disused greenhouse, and I'm sure at one time it was lovely. It's looking a bit dilapidated now, but we've got these figs on the right and these grapevines going across, so I just thought a nice shot down. I quite like its ramshackled nature, so we'll see how we get on. We've got a little bit of the outside poking in, so that's few stops brighter, so I might have to see if I can get around that somehow, but yeah, let's give it a go. So I'm going to go from this angle here. The foliage at the top is just cutting out some of those brighter areas in the background. Got one little area that's a bit of a hot spot in the top left corner, but there's not much I can do about that. But the rest of it's quite nicely well balanced. Got a few lines leading you up to the doorway, so that's quite nice. I usually use my phone to compose first, and then I can get the camera into that position, because there's crop marks on this program I use, which is Mark II Artist Viewfinder, and it's got crop marks for my 135mm lens. So it means I can compose first, and then I can move the camera and it will pretty much give me this field of view here. So with the metering of this, I've got about a 5.5 stop range from the darkest parts, which is kind of the foliage down the bottom left, to the really bright leaves that are outside. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to meter off the white door. I call it white, but it's probably 18% grey anyway. But it's quite an off-white. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to meter off the door, and then I'm going to overexpose by 1 stop. So that's actually given me 1 second at f32. So that's my exposure. So actually, just as I was setting up there, the lights got a bit more hazy. I had to go back outside because I can't actually see what the light's doing in here. But it's gone a lot softer, which actually isn't blowing out that top left-hand corner, which is quite nice. But I've had to meter, and now it's giving me 2 seconds at 32. So I still need to give it an extra stop. I think I'm going to do it for about 3 seconds at f32. So I was going to set it to bulb now. One, two, three. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I've just changed my position slightly. I'm going to get a shot in black and white. I've got a sheet of Ilford FP4, so it's going to be about the same exposure. So yeah, and then we can compare the two at the end. Yeah, it's pretty sharp all round. Let's clean that off. Got no movements this time, it's all pretty squared up. One, two, three. Okay, same exposure as before, so we will see. Done. So that's me done again. Thank you for watching. Just the usual. If you got anything out of it, please give me a like and leave a comment. Let me know what you think of the photos. And if you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so, because it helps to build my channel, and then it gives me an incentive to carry on and do more of this. So hopefully I'll see you next time. Cheers, bye.